You sit down at your desk, the coffee is hot. You tell yourself, all right, I'm just going to take a quick 2-minute break on TikTok before I dive into this project. Suddenly, 45 minutes have completely vanished. You haven't typed a single word, you haven't crossed anything off your to-do list, and somehow you feel 10 times more exhausted than when you literally just woke up. Be honest with me right now. How many times did that exact scenario happen to you just this week? Let me know down in the comments, because I guarantee you aren't the only one struggling with this. We all do this. We literally trade our most productive, highest energy hours for cheap dopamine. And then we sit around at 2 p.m. wondering why we feel anxious, overwhelmed, and completely behind on life. But here's the controversial truth that no one wants to admit. You are not lazy. Stop calling yourself lazy. Your brain is actually doing exactly what it was evolutionarily wired to do. It is ruthlessly seeking the path of least resistance. Think about what actually happens when you hit a mental wall. Maybe it's an email you are dreading to write, a blank Google document, or a project that just feels way too overwhelming. That tiny, microscopic feeling of friction triggers a literal stress response in your nervous system. Your brain goes, "Whoa, I don't like this feeling. This feels like pain. Let's find somewhere safe." And what's safe? Your phone. Your thumb automatically, almost unconsciously, swipes to your favorite app. It is an emotional escape hatch. Let's spark a little debate here, and I want your honest opinion on this. Do you actually care about that 15th random Reels video you just watched? Or are you just running away from your work? I'd argue it's the latter. You aren't scrolling for entertainment. You're scrolling to numb the discomfort of the task in front of you. But here is where it gets terrifying. This creates a vicious cycle. The more you use your screen to escape friction, the lower your natural tolerance for any friction becomes. It gets to the point where you literally cannot perform basic human functions without background noise. You start needing a true crime podcast just to fold your laundry. You need a 20-minute YouTube video playing just so you can chew your lunch. Question for you guys. When was the last time you sat and ate a meal in total silence? Sounds crazy, right? Your mind has literally forgotten how to sit with silence. So, when you finally sit down to do deep, meaningful work, the silence doesn't just feel boring, it feels deafening. Your brain goes into full panic mode because it has been conditioned to expect constant, low-effort stimulation 24/7. So, how do we fix this hijacked brain of yours? If you think I'm going to tell you to do a 30-day dopamine detox, go off the grid and lock your phone in a timed vault, you're wrong. Honestly, I think most of those extreme detoxes are complete garbage. They don't work for real people with real jobs. You don't need a massive life overhaul. You just need to practice something I call the 5-minute pause. Here is the rule. When you feel that intense urge to escape a hard task, don't force yourself to do the work immediately. That just creates more panic. Instead, just sit there. Set a timer on your phone for exactly 5 minutes. You do not have to work, but you are absolutely forbidden from opening a distraction. You can't pick up the phone. You can't open a new tab. Just look at the wall. Breathe. Let the boredom wash over you. What happens next is basically magic. By doing this, you let that initial, terrifying wave of anxiety peak and then pass. You are physically proving to your brain that friction is not a predator that's going to kill you. And soon enough, that difficult task sitting in front of you actually becomes far more interesting than staring at a blank white wall. You finally stop fighting your own mind and you start giving it the actual space it needs to focus again. Try the 5-minute pause today. I dare you. But before you do, I want to hear your take on this. Do you think our attention spans are ruined forever by these algorithms? Or can we actually reverse this? Drop your thoughts below. I read and reply to as many as I can. Hit subscribe if you want to take your mind back, and I'll see you in the next one.